She punched him in his face a good 6 times with the bag in her hand.
Hit him with the bag. Boop, 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 boop.
Have y'all seen that Dame Dash interview? Talking about Jay-Z next? Now let's come check out what Dame Dash got to say, man.
What's poppin'?
Yeah, so let's get right into it. You know, Steve Stoute, he had a lot to say about you recently. And something about you ran when you saw him, something like that. Can you jump in on that?
Well, the last time you interviewed me, I hadn't seen all the things that Steve had said. I never watch his interviews because I just think he's dumb. And I think he's just a guy pretending that he's smart. But when I did see that, to be honest, it was laughable. But when I thought it through, it was really pathetic to me. You know, like where I'm from, pause. One of the biggest violations in the world, pause, is lying on you. And that means that you say you did things with a girl that you didn't do. Another thing that's in that order is lying about getting your ass whipped and about a fight. It's one of the most unhonorable things to do. Like, when someone takes a loss, to say, yo, he caught me slipping, you gotta respect that. But I just think when I saw his reaction when he was asked that question, he just got fuddled, pause, like he just seemed like he was caught off guard. And what I saw him do was not only lie, but like he combined a lot of different situations in one. So because he brought it up, I think in this day, transparency is key. There's no reason, because of this direct connection that you can have with the people that are your fans, that consume the things that you make, they're owed explanation and truth. And that's why when they say things about me, I come back and I'll say that's true or not true. I think that's, be honest, an honorable way to do things. There's nothing that I do I'm ever going to be ashamed of. I would definitely be ashamed if I ever ran from anybody, but definitely Steve Stoute. You know how, like, the cartoon where the ostrich puts his head in the floor when he feels bad? That would have been me forever, running from Steve Stoute. The reason why I smacked him in the first place was because it was like, if he catches me and then I beat his ass, pause, they're still going to tease me because it's Steve Stoute. But because he wants to bring it up, I'm going to tell you the story. Let's start with the first lie. He said that we ran in.
And for whoever don't know who Steve Stoute is, all you have to do is go look that name up and go check out Steve Stoute.
Each other in a Sony office or whatever it was. We were at Rockefeller at my office, and Jay was sitting behind my desk. He always wanted to sit behind my desk, pause. But Steve was with him, my brother Bobby was with him, and my cousin Darren, was with me, or rather in the office, and my cousin Darren was in the office. That's about 3 people, could have been 1 or 2, and my son. And Steve Stoute was trying to throw a party with Jay at the Hamptons, and I was like, we're not throwing a party with you, you corny. You were running around with Nas when we were kind of like beefing with him. You were running around with LL, and then I guess when things went sideways, you just decided to tell us all their business, and that's what he used to do, and I always thought that wasn't honorable. And now that we rolling, you want to do a party with us? Hell no. And
yeah, you can't come to my
I was
party.
like, because he was kind of trying to talk somewhat aggressive.
You telling everybody business. You should work for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Like, you can't be doing all that and trying to come kick it with me. You feel what I'm saying? Some things is best left unsaid, And yeah, I can't have anybody around me like that. Like, if I pick my nose and throw it outside, throw it out the whip, and you was in the car, that shouldn't be all over Facebook or Instagram. You feel what I'm saying? That's simple. We're gonna get back to the video.
I was like, yo, and you owe me $18,000 for that bet. And he said something cute in front of my son. So I'm like, yo, you can't be ass betting me, pause, and you definitely can't be talking crazy in front of my son. He said something else slick. And and I hit him with a left hook, a slap. My intention again was not to hurt him. It was to let him know, like, bro, that's just disrespectful.
I would have had to slap him too. You can't say anything you want in front of my kids, my son, my daughter, my granddaughter. I ain't that old, but you guys get the point. I have you around my family and you just start yapping and then say whatever you want. How is it going to make me look? So I ain't going to beat you up. I'm just going to hit you with a friendly tap on the side of the cheek. That's what Dame Dash did in that situation. I kind of agree with him.
I'm from, if I let you walk away talking to me like that in front of my son's going to look at me a certain way, and everyone in my crew is going to look at me a certain way. You're going to have to beat my ass, pause. Today.
Absolutely.
I had a broken foot, and after I smacked him, all he said was, did you just smack me? And he had just got sued by Puff. Or rather, he had just sued Puff for hitting him in the head with a bottle. So where I'm from, because, again, I didn't look at him so much as a civilian because he wasn't hanging around civilians. So where I'm from, if somebody hit me in the head with a bottle or whatever, then I got to get that back, at least at that age. I would have to there has to be some kind of a recourse. But the one thing I'm not doing is going to go to court, testify, and do all those things because at that point, I thought that was snitching. So I would always call him a rat and a snitch when I would see him on a red carpet. I mean, you a rat. And, I just didn't like that. So, after I smacked him, I just believe that from then on, because he didn't fight back, number one, at that moment, I felt like he was a coward. You let a man smack you, not even punch you in your face. I open hand slapped him. I didn't even want to hurt him. I just wanted to let him know, like, bro. And I did it in front of Jay-Z because he thought because he was with Jay-Z that Jay-Z would protect him. Jay-Z didn't do anything but laugh at him. And the crazy thing about it was because he had cracked Puff in the head with the bottle and sued him, everybody in the industry knew about it. I remember that Kimura threw a party and they were just like, you're so hot. How did you, Puff came up to me and was like, yo, how did you do that without getting sued? I said, yo, you got to smack niggas. You can't be hitting it. But at the end of the day, he told on somebody that, again, they had an altercation and they're still friends now. They take pictures together. I guess they're brothers. You don't take your brother to court. So that was always my issue with him. Like, yo, I'm not running around with nobody that would testify and all this other shit and whatever. So that's the reason why that happened. You're not going to disrespect me in front of my son.
Absolutely not.
The other
way.
thing that he
Jose
brought up was that he ran into me with Raquel by himself and he stepped to me. Now, Raquel's my girl. She's here. I don't know where she went, but when she comes back, Raquel. And I had just put out a Currency
album. That's a dope dog,
right?
man.
My first Currency album with DD172. I had a gallery that they don't talk about, DD172 in Tribeca. And I lived on Northmore Street, and he lived down the block on Northmore Street. So we both lived in the same neighborhood. And I was telling my crew, like, yo, when you're about to evolve, there's a test that happens. And, when it's going to be something that never comes up and you have to pass that test or else you won't get your dreams and you'll start from scratch and this whole thing. So I'm walking and all of a sudden I see Steve Stoute in a dark block. And again, my history with him is since I've smacked him, he's done every underhanded, nerdy thing that you could do to try to salt my career. L.A. Reid himself told me, like when I would read things in the paper about J&I, he'd be like, Steve.
L.A. Reid, I remember that name from like 2000, I want to say 2000 and probably 11. I was doing a showcase for L.A. Reid. My mama spoke up. She like, y'all got to sign my boy. You feel me? My mom did all the talking, y'all. It was crazy. That was a crazy moment right there. I'm going to say that for story time, though. But yeah, back to L.A. Reid.
In the paper. Steve put that in the paper. There's no allegedly about it. This is what L.A. Reid told me. Right? So, this is that day. I'm walking up the block, and I see Steve. He's not by himself. He's with a girl. And I'm with two girls. I'm with Mackenzie, and I'm with Raquel. And anyone that was a part of the gallery DD-172, they know Mackenzie. But there were witnesses. He was with his girl, or a girl. I don't know her name. She was short hair, arms out, dark skin. And I'm with Mackenzie and Raquel. I walk past him. I'm starting to walk up to him.
Whoa, what just happened to the audio? That sounds kind of creepy. I'm just going to leave it like that is. I'm just going to leave it like it is. You know, yeah. My computer is here. I didn't press any buttons. Yeah, I don't know what just happened, but okay.
And Mackenzie goes, Damon, don't forget about the test. You just told us about the test. So I'm like, damn. So I walk past him and I'm like, you bitch ass nigga. And what he said was, yo, I thought we took care of you a long time ago. And that triggered me. And I was like talking to his girl, like, yo, you know you're walking with a rat. He told, he's a rat. And he kind of looked like he was gonna come at me. And Mackenzie just started decking him. Not Raquel, Mackenzie. She punched him in his face a good 6 times with the bag in her hand. Boop, boop. And Mackenzie is a girl that really has hands. I never knew she...
I'm scared of Mackenzie. I don't want no work with Mackenzie. Hit him with the bag. Boop, 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 boop. If I see Mackenzie, or if I even hear the name Mackenzie, I'm going to treat her with nothing but respect like I do every woman on the universe. But yeah, I don't want no problems with Mackenzie. Knock Steve, that man out. You get the picture.
Fight like that, but she could fight.
She can fight.
She was hitting him, and he was looking all, you know, stupid in the face. And
he was looking dazed.
And the girl with the short hair grabbed Mackenzie, and Mackenzie says, yo, you better get your man, bitch. And by the way, this is a white girl. And Rocky's Puerto Rican, by the way. And I say that to say, because I hear people say she's white. If she was, it'd be all right, but she is Puerto Rican. So at that moment, he turns the other direction, and I'm looking at Mackenzie. I know she's gonna hit that girl, but he looks at me, and I'm like, I'm about to knock his whole face off. Like I've been waiting for this. And people that know me, like, you know, there's mad stories of me fighting 30 people at a time with Mace, and just not Mace the rapper, people macing me, and like people begging me, like, dang, we gotta get out of here. And I just, the running thing just. Let me see. I know. Disrespect me and say I do everything everybody else does, and I put up my own money. So I can't be running in front of people. I can't be.
What was that little thing that he hit with a voice recorder over it? I need one of them. Like, so I never have to raise my voice again. My daughter don't clean up or my son doing something bad, I'm just gonna hit the button. Hey man, go sit down. So I ain't gotta say nothing. That was fly. I never seen that. That's next gen right there. Y'all drop a comment below and let me know where I can find that. That was a voice recorder slap button thingy. Wow.
Period. I couldn't live with myself if I did that.
We'll be right back. I'm gonna drop a part 2 probably in about.
Like my time with a cup for the lean and a Dutch. They say I'm selling too much. Blue faces got bunch. Eating rapper for lunch. Lunch with the hood. Niggas can